Hi, I'm James Hammonds, author of When Shepherds Kill. It is a story about a political murder that happened in the city of Chicago. Today we're going to talk about free speech. In order to destroy a democracy, you must destroy the ability to engage in free speech. French philosopher Voltaire once said, "I may not agree with what you say, but I will fight for your right to say it." He understood that free speech is not a situation where one group imposes its will on another. Every group and individual in a democracy must be allowed to express their opinion. If all persons are to participate openly in that democracy, you must have free speech. The other side of this coin is represented by what the ancient Greeks did to poor Socrates, jailing him and then killing him because they did not agree with the views he was teaching. Right now in the United States, there's a force that's attempting to ban books in order to disrupt the free flow of ideas. Then there are still others who shut down different other opinions. And if that doesn't work, they threaten acts of violence. The United States Constitution says in the First Amendment that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the right of the people to peacefully assemble. But what happens when freedom of speech is under attack, not by Congress, but by the President of the United States and his political party? A president who wants to amass power for himself. The Republican Party and their leader is currently engaged in a frontal attack on free speech, utilizing bullying, name-calling, threats of jailing, and threats of bodily harm. They are utilizing tactics of authoritarian governments to beat down their opposition. The president, instead of simply disagreeing with a judge's decision, resorts to name-calling. During the campaign for president, he said Kamala Harris was incompetent. Most people would think that that was totally a false statement. Most recently, he has said the same thing about former President Biden, members of Congress, and anyone else who stands in his way, including members of the press. George Washington warned us in one of his great speeches about these dictators. These individuals use racial divisions, ethnic and territorial distinctions, as well as using religious divisions to separate us, so they will one day conquer our great country. They prey upon our fears to gain support for their endeavors. Dictators seek to destroy our library system, attack our colleges and universities, and those members of the press and television who will not spread their lies. In my book, When Shepherds Kill, a young man is put on trial for murder. Enraged citizens take over the courtroom. Go online or go to your favorite bookstore and buy your copy of When Shepherds Kill. Back to the situation here in the United States. The people who support Trump are not liberals. They're not conservatives. They don't promote individual rights, civil liberties, or democracy. Nor are they adverse to change or unwilling to hold on to traditional values. They don't support the ideas of Roosevelt or Ronald Reagan. They believe in anything that Donald Trump tells them to believe in. Can we have a free and democratic society without free speech? I don't believe so. Americans have to stand up and, in the words of Voltaire, fight for the rights of those who we disagree with to have the rights to speak their opinion. This is James Hammonds, Truth to Power.